Hello, good morning everyone. Chào tất cả mọi người nhé. Chào buổi sáng mọi người nhé. Morning guys. Morning everyone. Chào cậu ba nhé. Chào cậu ba. Rồi. Ok, chúc cậu ba làm việc vui vẻ nha. Eagle Green, ok. Sếp có qua bên Eagle Green mấy lần, chắc cũng ít nhất là cũng chắc trong năm ngoái sếp qua 3-4 lần. Có chứ, chú thường chú hay nói cả hai tiếng Anh với tiếng Việt ha. Tùy theo nếu mà có người nước ngoài xem thì chú bảo vệ sẽ nói tiếng Anh nha. Mình sẽ nói cả hai thứ tiếng nha. Tết này sếp bận việc quá, không có xuống được. Ok. Hello everyone. Today I live a little late. Chào tất cả mọi người nhé. Chúc mọi người một buổi sáng tràn đầy năng lượng tích cực nha. Một ngày làm việc vui vẻ, tràn đầy hạnh phúc. Went out of town for a few days. Just got back late last night. Hello everyone. This is in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. This is in Vietnam, guys. Hello boss, how are you? Chào mọi người nhé. Các bạn hỏi nơi này là ở đâu? Mình ở nơi này là ở thành phố Hồ Chí Minh. Tính ra mình không có tin được cái này là ở thành phố Hồ Chí Minh không? Có sông nè, có nước nè, có cảnh quan phía sau, nhìn rất là thiên nhiên phải không? Chào yêu nhé, chào tất cả mọi người nha. My house? No, I can help you probably find a place. Yeah, not directly in my house, of course, somewhere close. Yes. This is a wooden dummy. Ok, cái này là mộc nhân nhé. Có người hỏi cái này là cái gì, mình trả lời mộc nhân thôi, đơn giản. Bên Vinhome thì không, hình như bên Vinhome là bên đó họ có bảo vệ riêng của bên họ chứ không. Hello God of War, hello tất cả mọi người nha, chúc mọi người buổi sáng vui vẻ nha. Chắc bên God of War là chắc cũng buổi tối rồi không? Buổi chiều hay buổi tối? And that's awesome. Yeah, we do have a lot of my students are teaching MMA here. Some of them teach MMA. We also open an MMA club right here in Ho Chi Minh City. Yes. Yeah, I love MMA. It's pretty crazy. You gotta work on that too. And Kaju Cambo. No, I never heard of it actually. Len MMA. Kaju Cambo, no. Hello. Chào mọi người nha. Okay, just gonna stretch out a bit and then we're gonna go into training. Okay, just warming up. It's a bit late. The sun is coming up. Right now here is like around almost 9 o'clock in Ho Chi Minh City. Hiện tại bây giờ là gần 9 giờ. Yes, hello. Chào tất cả mọi người nha. Cảm ơn mọi người đã thả tim và chia sẻ nha. Ok, bây giờ thì mình tập luyện sơ sơ một nhân nhé. Tập chủ yếu là cho khỏe mạnh thôi, tay chân lanh lẹ hoạt bát. So basically I'm just gonna train with my wooden dummy here. So basically it's mainly for my health and fitness, you know. Yeah, mainly. Yes, guys. Okay. So usually I warm up. Khi làm nóng thì mình làm những cái chiêu thức cơ bản. Mình đi. Chân mình hơi cứng. Mấy bữa nay không có tập. Mấy bữa nay bận công việc quá. Đi công tác không có tập. A few days I haven't trained. Just went on a business trip for like 3 days, so body's getting stiff. sometimes when we train, we try to analyze our techniques, and we want to see if this technique is right. Chú này người Việt Nam chắc luôn hả? Chắc chắn luôn. Chính tông Việt Nam luôn. Yeah, hello guys. Which one? This one. This one flat palm. Like in this one, I do the flat palm, right? The forearm I will go this way. I go in like this, out here. And this is the forearm. This one is just a palm, right? But most of the time, like you do here, what you do is you try to get out of the way first. You see how I twist it like this? So the punch is coming. I sort of like pretending to evade the punch right here directly coming at me. And I just shift to the side, shift my body to the side, avoid the punch. That's the first thing you don't do is like try not to get hit, right? Because sometimes the block, see the block here, your arm is not as strong. Your hand, even though you practice a lot, but there are guys over there, they got really strong punches and elbow and knees, so and legs or kick. You cannot block kicks and stuff like that. So what you do, you shift out of the way, right? And then from there you punch and then you go. Or from here you punch, you go here. But you gotta get out the way first. Cho nên cái quan trọng là không phải là cái cú đỡ. Các bạn hỏi là mình đỡ bằng cái lòng bàn tay á, thì mình đỡ một phần nào đó thì cũng tốt. Nhưng mà đa số cái đỡ của mình á, thì thứ nhất là trong mà cái cuộc mà có thể là coi như là trận đánh với nhau á, thì thường cái tay mình đỡ thì nó phần đó chỉ có nhiều đây nè, nó khó trúng lắm. Không, khi mình đỡ về thì không có xi nhê gì đó, cho nên quan trọng là mình né đòn, thấy không? Mình né đòn là nhiều nhất, thấy không? Đó, né, xong rồi tay mình để phòng hờ đỡ thôi. So basically your arm is just there to block, to see where the opponent is, right? If I see his arm here, I sort of like feel his arm from here. So here I grab his hand. So here his head is right here. So because I know his arm is right here, right? The person here and then there, right? And same thing with the leg. So at the end of the leg, there's a groin, right? See the end of your leg, there's your ground. The end of your arm, there's armpit, weak spot, and your head. So that's basically the theory is, right? But when you train, try to move slightly every time you block. You don't just stand here and you block like this. Then, chances are of your block not gonna be effective, not gonna work all the time, right? So therefore you have to move. Every time you block, you see a twist, I turn this way, and I go, right? I don't stand in one spot. If you just stand one spot here, you block, right? The punch can go right too, right? Unless you're so fast or something like that, or so accurate, so your hand will block. But if you miss it, it go right in, right? Go in right face, go right in your head. Ok, cái quan trọng là khi mình né đó, quan trọng là mình phải né đòn chứ không phải là đỡ. Đỡ là chỉ cái phần phụ đó. Để xem cái tay chân người ta ở đây là ở đâu rồi mình có thể cảm giác mình lòn theo cái tay, cái chân của người ta. Thì lòn theo cái chân, cuối cái chân thì có hạ bộ mình đây. Thì cuối cái tay thì có cái nách với lại cái đầu. Thì mấy cái đó là mấy cái chỗ hò hiểm, cho nên là chúng ta cần phải biết. Alright guys, so why am I not in the UFC? That's a good question, right? Because I don't train to be a fighter. Like, I don't train to fight for money. That's why, that's the reason why. I'm more into the art itself, the martial art itself, right? For more into the health, yes, and more into self-defense. If somebody like, if I have to defend on my life, then I do it, right? I'm into like movies, right? I like to make video clips. Martial art is great stuff, beautiful stuff, right? When I was young, I was thinking, oh man, wow, why don't we try for like UFC, MMA, and all that, right? But then in the end, like sometimes like in my mind, I feel that sometimes like when you fight and you like actually like hurt someone, you know, you feel sort of like guilty in a way, you know. But as a fighter mentality, right? As a fighter mentality, a lot of people are right there. They know they can just like go for it, right? But with me, like that mentality inside of me, like I wouldn't want to hurt anyone, right? That's the thing. Like when I was younger, now I'm like in my mid 40s, right? What am I trying out for, right? Why am I in the UFC? That's hopefully that like help answer your question, right? Because everyone like taking martial arts not to prove themselves to go to MMA or UFC or one championship, big organization, right? Everyone have a different purpose, right? Right? Shaolin monk, they're training for other purpose. We as a human being, regular human being, we train for the love of the art, for the sake of it, for health, for discipline, for like whatever, right? So there's a lot of reason we train for. We don't want to train for just UFC, right? UFC is just like one small part of it. Even though they make it big in the last 30 years, right? UFC organization, they make the biggest like fighting championship organization, right? But you know what? Who would train? Would all of us here go and train and like to knock each other out? You know, so yeah. But good question, though. Thank you. All right. No, I'm not into blood sport. No, definitely not. Especially like he said, right? If you want to go for blood sport, you wouldn't train like so much with the wooden dummy or Wing Chun and stuff. You got to train like a few different discipline, right? You're probably gonna train Muay Thai, right? BBJ, you know, all the hardcore stuff like sometimes Taekwondo, karate. You mix 2 or 3 of them together, right? Karate, you know. So this is it's more just for personal stuff, right? Kung Fu, self-defense, you know, whatever way you want to make it, whatever way your purpose is. So you can train, you can take it from there. Just quick, right? I just like the beauty of it. Well, I can just be more flexible with my arms and hand, right? So everybody have a different purpose of training. Mọi người thì ai cũng có mục tiêu khác nhau, phải không? Mình tập luyện võ thì mình tập để cho khỏe mạnh, phải không? Mình tập để tự vệ một phần nào đó, phải không? Mình tập để cho sức khỏe của chính bản thân mình. Có nhiều bạn thì có mục tiêu khác nhau, thì muốn tập võ để đi thi, để đạt được một cái gì đó nó cao quý hơn, hay là thi đấu đấu trường võ thực quốc tế, UFC One Championship. Cái đó là tùy theo mục tiêu cùng từng cá nhân. Cho nên nãy có bạn bên kia hỏi là tại sao không thấy mình trong UFC. UFC thì đâu phải là ai cũng có thể vào được đâu, không? Cũng có người vào được đánh được vài ba trận rồi thua. Nếu mình thua 3 trận liên tiếp là bị loại rồi, không? Thì những cái tuổi đó nó rất là ngắn. Từ cái độ tuổi mà khoảng tầm 18 cho đến độ tuổi mình khoảng tầm 38 thì 20 năm nó rất là ngắn. Rồi sau đó rồi thì những cái người võ sĩ đó có thể về hưu non thì người ta dạy võ đồ này nọ thì ok, mở võ đường. Cái đó tùy theo từng người, không? Yeah, so I do the chain punch. Yes, Anthony Reed. I suck at the chain punch, you know, I'm very slow at it. Benefits on Wing Chun. The chain punch, if like somebody know how to use it, they can be very effective. Like for me, I find my chain punch is very slow because I rarely practicing it that so much. So a lot of people, they can punch really fast. I can do probably 3 or 4 in 1 second. But I'm pretty sure other people can do like 10. Yes, just I love the training. That's why I love the practice, the training. I just love the art itself, you know, because I used to take Taekwondo before, right? Taekwondo, of course, you all know is they are favor the leg pretty much like 60 to 70% are the legs. So when I was younger, I trained the legs a lot of kickings, right? And I find that like that's my weakness, right? My arms, like once you sparring, you get in, like your arm have to be open like this. You cannot do anything. And the guy wear the pad. So what you can do is you so close, you just punch like this. You're not allowed to punch your face. So therefore, it limit yourself. Now that we have MMA, right? Now we have MMA, it doesn't limit anything. Except there's just a few rules. Good. Last time we were practicing a few basic moves. Lần trước thì mình làm những cái bài tập cơ bản. Thì bây giờ thì mình tập nói tiếp theo nha. Hello. Rồi, cảm ơn tất cả mọi người follow và chia sẻ cho chú bảo vệ nha. Learn spin jitsu, please, master. I still try. I heard you guys say spin jitsu a lot, but I haven't looked into it yet. I'm 57 years old and use a crook cane for defense. Anthony Reed. That's pretty cool. Crook cane. How long is your can? Like this long or something? Yeah, Anthony Reed, the crook can. Like this long. So it, of course, in martial art, there's a type of short weapon they call a short staff or something. You can do a lot with your cane. You know, you can make it useful. Yeah, I know. We feel it. Once we hit like late 40, mid 40s and up, right? You feel it. We're not training, we're not active. Chào em nhé, chào Bi nhé. Bên công ty, bên tập đoàn thì lúc nào cũng vẫn tuyển nha Bi. Có bên tuyển dụng đó, có bên chú bảo vệ tuyển dụng, có gì em vui lòng liên hệ bên đó nha. Cảm ơn em nhé. "37 inches. 37 inches. Okay. So 37 inches, like that's pretty useful. Yeah. With a can. Okay, shall we train? Let's go. I'm just gonna warm up a bit. Copper. That's pretty awesome, Anderson. Okay. Let's practice this movement here. Last time we practiced, that's one time I show you guys this movement. So today, with this movement from last time, we review it. So from here, all you need to do is this movement. We're gonna review this. So basically, you're gonna rub your hands and your arm against the arm of the wooden dummy. Thì trong tình thế này thì mình tập luyện cái chiêu thức này, mà trước cái chiêu thức mình đánh lên vậy nè. Trước khi đó thì mình ôn lại cái bài mà mình sẽ vuốt cái tay một nhân, vuốt mà ôm vô vòng tròn như thế này để cho tay mình nó dẻo, để sau này mình có thể thao tác những cái chiêu thức đánh hay gì đó. So that like later on you can do like reflect and deflect a lot of movements automatically. You just go in, and if somebody's on you, you just go, right? So let's practice this. Circular motion from here. Just sweep and show feet and shoulder width apart. Just stand in front of it, the wooden dummy, and now from here you just rub it. Try not to release the thing. Always attach your hand, your arm, touching the arm of the dummy all the time. Alright. Rồi. Lúc mình làm vậy thì cảm nhận lúc nào mình cũng cọ sát cái mộc nhân, cái tay mình, những cái ngón tay của mình hoặc là cái cánh tay mình không bao giờ rời mộc nhân, không? Để cho mình cảm giác mình cọ sát. Lúc nào mình cần rời thì mình sẽ rời. Giống như bây giờ mình tập mình rời, mình đánh ra thì mình mới nhắc tay ra, đánh vào mới rời tay ra. So basically when always touch your hand or arm against the wooden dummy so that you feel the circular motion coming in. Only when you hit or you attack or you hit or you block different spot, then you can move your hand out. But otherwise, try to get in the habit of touching the movement. Okay, touching. I can go here. I can stretch here. So this movement I find is very useful to work on my wrist and my forearm. So I can go here. I can go here. I can go elbow stretch and go here. Elbow stretch here. I can go here. This side, same thing. So elbow stretch, then I can do a back fist here. So this is when you release the arm. So as your hand here, this only the time when you release. So boom, right? And then you can come down, block and boom. So that's what the movement is for. Đó, lúc mình tập luyện thì cái chiêu thức này, đó, tập chậm chậm từ từ, xong rồi từ từ mình tăng tốc lên, không? Hít thở đều đặn, cố gắng hít thở đều đặn nha mọi người. Rồi xong rồi thỉnh thoảng mình tập giống như 5-7 cái, 10 cái, 15 cái hay gì, xong mình mới đánh vào. Mình đánh, khi mình đánh thì mình cố gắng đánh về nhẹ, thả lỏng người, xong tăng tốc lên, tăng tốc mạnh vô cái mộc nhân. Cái này coi như là tượng trưng cho cái bê sườn của người mình, hoặc là cái lá gan. So basically after you do this a few times, you're gonna go into the movement. Try to make your arm hand flexible. And then after you do 5-10 times, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stretch. Or 1, 2, 3, you can stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, stretch. Or you go here, stretch. Right? Or you can go here, 1, 2, 3, 4, elbow. 1, 2, 3, elbow up. So try to make it flexible. Make it like the best way possible that works for you. Make sure it makes sense. Thank you, Dr. Thomas. Thank you very much for joining me and everyone. We are training together, right? I don't know that much, like as much as you guys. I'm pretty sure you guys train and do other stuff too. So I happen to know a little bit of this, and I would like to share with you guys. So hopefully we can all practice and train together. Okay, make the best of it. Yes, so that's đó mọi người có thể cảm nhận thì mình có thể làm như này cho nó dẻo. Đôi lúc cái tay mình nó cũng hơi cứng lúc ban đầu. So in the beginning, your arms, the movement is kind of awkward, right? You feel sort of like, you know, sometimes you just like this and then come down, or it's like hitting so hard. Just relax. Just try to like relax your hands, your whole body. As you're rubbing, you just go in circular motion. See how my hands like this, I'm standing like this. I just try to make circle. In the beginning, for me, same thing. The last, like, you know, I haven't trained this for a while. Maybe the last 6 months ago or 3 months ago, my hand is just like so tight, you know, because every time, you know, when we into discipline like karate or martial art, most of the time our punch, whatever we flex all the time, and we do, and also we do weight training, right? We always tense our muscle, so try to relax it. When you need to tense, you tense, okay? Đó, lúc nào mình cần phải dẫn lực, đẩy lực vô thì mình gồng lại, phải không? Nhưng mà trong khi đó mình cứ thả lỏng người mình, ok? See those movements? That's what for, right? You go 1, 2, 3, 4. You hit here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You hit here. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can go the elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can go elbow this way, and then from there you can do a back fist. Same thing. So that's why this movement I find it very effective for me. So hopefully it will be effective for you too after you train for a little bit of time. No, Anthony. No, I'm just, you know, I'm just playing around with like, I'm pretty sure after you train like for like wooden dummy for like, you get used to it, like about 3 months, you just get it like that, you know. As long as you feel your body, you can flow, right? You can flow the movement, all right? The footwork, basically, it's not so much, right? Not too many moves. It's like maybe within 10 moves or so, but you just change back and forth, and then you move in this way, and then your footwork, you just move in a way that you don't find is awkward to move. You try to find the flow, right? Otherwise, awkward, like, you know, your balance is up, right? So, well, they used to say hand-eye coordination, you know. So basically, we have to figure that out and put it in together. Hello, I'm in Adu. Hello, chào mọi người nha. Đó, cái đó quan trọng là khi mình làm sao cho cái chiêu mình tập luyện từ từ nhuần nhuyễn thì chiêu thức mình nó sẽ mướt, những cái bước chân mình nó đi uyển chuyển thì lúc đó mình có thể ra đòn nó hiệu quả hơn, nó mạnh hơn, dứt khoát hơn. Là từ từ các bạn tập mấy cái cơ bản dần dần, chỉ khoảng 5, 7, 10 chiêu thức là cùng chứ không có nhiều, nhưng mà mình kết hợp với cái đòn chân của mình thì mình tập luyện hàng ngày thì từ từ mình sẽ giỏi lên thôi ha. Ok. Yeah, muscle memory. That's right. Because I mean, like, I've been taking taekwondo for like I stopped like maybe 15 to 20 years ago. But sometimes I try to go down the split. I go like muscle memory, right? Even though it cannot go far, but it remember, right? So most of the time I just hit. Like as you see, when I hitting the wooden dummy, I just go. I don't really follow any step, but I try to make it flow, right? It just automatically it just go out and out, right? The same thing with, like, you know, fighters or like people that do things repetitively, you know, they are really amazing at what they do, right? As you can all see, whether they do like certain work or laying a brick on whatever construction, whatever, you know, they keep on repetition, those basics movement, then they just get it like that. So same thing with you guys, right? I mean, for me, the same thing too. Yeah, I know. I find it sometimes the stance so awkward, but try to keep in mind, Anthony. Try to keep in mind that try to have your stance The most comfortable I find is like with my feet and shoulder. So normally we used to have like feet and shoulder width apart for like pretty much most of the exercise. Like we're doing squats, we're doing a lot of other movement, jumping jacks or whatever, always feet and shoulder width apart. But for this instance, for our stance, even with wood enemy or sparring stance or you call fighting stance, always try to have like a little bit wider than your shoulder. So maybe for me, like I find it 15-20 centimeter wider, right? So I would go here, I go a bit wider, and then from here I just turn 45-degree angle, and I find it easy. So if I were to move here this way, I try to keep the stance bent slightly. So if I were to move here, I'm here. Okay, I want to move ship over, hitting the wooden dummy. So my foot step over, right? And then this one I just drag, right? And then I come right in. And then from there, if I want to move back in the middle, I go here. Then I go into, it's always wider than my shoulder, right? And then if I want to move to the left, my left foot, I step in, I drag the other foot with it, right? But make sure once you're in position, it's always like around 15, I say 10 to 20 centimeter wider than your shoulder. So, okay, so that's why. Hello, Ken Big Fishing, how are you? Hello, everyone. Yes, Marisa. So, yes, because I was fortunate enough to take Taekwondo when I was younger, right? So for me, I find that Taekwondo stance, you know, not in like form, but like in sparring, very flexible. Similar to boxing stance, right? I always have this stance wider than shoulder. See a lot of people, they move easily, right? I go here, they box, right? I turn, which easy, much easier. Whereas like, you know, like old traditional martial art, they do a lot of forms or whatever, they go down. But when you go down like this, it's take longer for you to move. So if I want to lift my leg up, I have to get up, right? Lift my leg up and kick, I have to get up. So that would take a split second, right? Or like if I were to stand too close, I go like this, too close like this. What do I have to do? If I kick or I move, I have to slightly bend my knees. I have to open my stance a bit. So therefore, it's also waste a bit of time. Therefore, it's always a bit wider than shoulder, and you come from here, you step to the side, same thing. So if you're practicing that, I think like eventually you find it not as awkward, okay? So most of the time I find here, I go here, I go here, I shift here, I come my foot back here, and then see, it's like wider than my shoulder, right? And now from here, I step here and I go in, right? It's wider than my shoulder, right? Wider than feet and shoulder width apart. So therefore, I find my stance always in balance, right? But I'm not too low, I'm not too balanced, I'm not too low, because if I need to move, I have to move, right? I just shift my body and then move. I shift my body and move quickly and I go here, right? Whereas you go here, you know, you have to bend your knees. You have to go down a bit. Whereas you go too low, you have to get up, right, in order to move. So if you can incorporate that kind of stance in your footwork, in your workout, in your training, I think you can move very easy. So what you do is like you can be like this, like in Taekwondo I used to do before I bounce like this. A lot of master, they always teach you like here and then you switch, and then here, this way and this way, you know. So, and then you switch slightly, always have your body slightly in angles. So arms up, you just like this, switch, switch, yeah, you do like that, switch 10 times, 20 times each side, and then you switch, you do 3 sets, eventually you get used to it. And then the basics from here, you step, if you want to move right, step to the right, so therefore you stand longer and then you bring your foot to the right. Step to the left and then bring the left, right, like this. See, sometimes I find switching like this at beginning, it's awkward. Same thing with me, I find awkward at the beginning, but from here, but once you practice, you get used to it. You step over, and then from there you come in. You step over, you twist, right? If you want to go your right, step over, twist this way, backward, right? backward. So now you see my hands here. When I do this, I step over, right? So pretending that like, sort of like just pretending, okay? Just like in theory. Giống như là bây giờ mình đang hóng chừng thôi, không? Giống như này, mình xoay lại. Now you see how my hands I'm placing like this? I turn, right? So maybe there's another opponent, two opponent. I turn, but yeah, you see my elbow here, sort of like sticking out, right? Somebody coming in, you can just have your elbow out. So I find it. See, if you want to turn backwards, same thing. Turn your head, look at it, and shoulder, and then from there. Now you see the elbow here. So if somebody running right in, your elbow can go into the target, right? Same thing here, right? And then of course there's all the elbow from Muay Thai, you know, they do like this a lot, right? So, but I'm not expert in that, so I. Yes, that's it. No, I'm not even a master of Wing Chun. I mean, like, I just know like a little bit of wood, and I mean, I wouldn't say myself master or something. You can call me Mr. Fan or Fan or whatever. It's all good. I'm very open with that. No problem, bro. Mauricio. I'm pretty sure on here, like everybody better than me. Like everybody is good at one thing or another. Sometimes you better than in karate. I call you a master in karate, right? Same thing. I do respect that, right? So it doesn't mean I know Wing Chun. I'm better than you in like karate or boxing or like whatever profession that you do, right? If you are mastering the art of whatever you do, then of course you consider as a master in that, right? But for me, wood and dummy, okay, I may know a better Wing Chun, right? And then okay, that's fine, right? But other than that, I sucks at everything else, right? So you have to admit that. I have to admit that too. So no worry about that. I'm very cool and open with that. Okay. Thanks, Macario. Sometimes I'm training. I try to stretch on my kick and my hips a bit, you know. So sometimes people ask me, how do I improve my kicks? How do I do good kicks? How do we do good kicks? So what a lot of Taekwondo people nowadays, even youngster, they do train a lot with elastic bands, or they do isometric, right? Isometric kicks. I was introduced when I was really young, where you just like that, and just from here, and you hold on to a wall, and from here you lift your leg up. For a side kick, I would go out and I would hold it like this. The master make you hold like this for like about 5-10 seconds, and then come back down, and then throw for another 5-10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then come back down. Then another one up to like about 10 times. And then 10 times, and then I switch leg. So I used to do that a lot. But even though, like you guys said before, muscle memory, right? Đó, cái đó là cái trí nhớ của cái cơ bắp của mình. So if you want like it kicks good, you gotta do those isometric training a lot. That's when I used to do it before. Yeah. À. Okay. protection and self-defense. Thank you Lim. Chào tất cả mọi người nha. Hello. Hello mọi người. Just want to learn how to protect and defend. That's awesome. That's a lot of. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of self-defense stuff out there where you can just train really quick. Maybe like those seminar, like maybe it takes like about 2 or 3 days. 2 day seminar, 3 day seminar for self-defense, and there's a pretty good stuff out there. But then again, if you train like for 2-3 days, right? You put in 2-3 days training. Can you really defend yourself in 2-3 days if you haven't really training anything? The basic of anything in your life. I mean, like, it's good if you're active, you're fit, and you play sports and stuff like that. That's awesome. Then you do gym, weightlifting, or fitness training whatsoever. Then you're capable of training self-defense like in a few days, whatever. It will be easier for you, right? And if you, of course, then if you are very good with your hand and feet, the way it moves and everything, then it's awesome. Then that would be like easy for you. But other people is kind of find hard, I mean, like, if I were not to know anything in the beginning, I would 2 or 3 days won't help me. No, not at all, bro. Mauricio, I'm actually this very like this conversation is pretty awesome. I mean, like we're talking about open conversations, and yeah, we speak how our mind, what's true, what's real, right? Yes, thank you. Thank you very much for appreciating and sharing with me these comments. It's really awesome because sometimes I'm taking in comments so that I can improve myself also, right? Hello. Ho Chi Minh City, Việt Nam. Hello, Condi B. Hello. Yeah. Okay, guys. Just sometimes I'm training, I try to figure it out whatever is useful for me. Yes. Yes. Oh, Canadian. I'm also Vietnamese Canadian too. BC, British Columbia, but I have never been to BC. That's awesome. A lot of my some of my skills I learned from a lot of movies from Bruce Lee too, right? One of my greatest idol. Good morning. Hello. Good morning from Ho Chi Minh City. Hassan, how are you? Chào mọi người nha. Yeah, of course, of course. We all learn from try and error, you know. We a lot of our training we fail a lot. We practice, fail, you know. Sometimes we try to test it out. We go out there and we sparring. We get punched in the face. We got like sometimes we got knocked down, you know, choked out or whatever. But we learn from it. Wow. Hello, Thomas. Awesome. I love Taekwondo. If there's a chance, I would like to learn more about Taekwondo. But I try to study on my own too because nowadays there's a lot of stuff out there we can learn from, guys. So whatever stuff that's great out there, just pick it up and eventually try to make those movement, practice, train it, and make your own, right? Hồng sáng giờ thì chú like chưa ăn cơm. Chưa ăn cơm nên hơi yếu hả? Hello, William Grant. So let's get back to the other training where we train like this before we train like this. So now, like, try to hit your forearm, this inner part right here, this part right here against the wooden dummy. So I would do this. See, eventually the movement I want to step out, right? See? That's what the movement for. So that's why I practice this. Block, chip over, chop, step over, get out of the way. That's why I'm practicing this block. First of all, condition my forearm. Second of all, I can go here, block, right? Block, and then turn in, chop to the neck. Now chopping to the neck, that's self-defense. In a lot of martial art, in a lot of competition, they don't allow you to do that, right? This knife hand strike, if you practice well enough, I'm pretty sure you can do some damage. Với cái yeah. Chop, lock, chop, lock, chop, lock, shift over, chop. From here, imagine that somebody try to punch you, throw a straight punch or something. Step over, chop. Okay, that's what this for. That's why we train this. Do this 30 times on each side. Rub your forearm, hit, then rub down, hit, then rub down, hit, rub down, hit, rub down, hit. Then eventually you're gonna turn, hit, eventually turn, hit. Xoay người. Xoay tay chặt, xoay chặt, xoay chặt, xoay chặt, xoay chặt. Now, so eventually that's what the practice coming down for. Okay. And then we incorporate the other one. Remember this? Now we have this. See? So basically it's part of it. It's sort of like a half technique breakdown, right? Where you go here, and then you go down, here, down, down. See? Remember this movement in Wing Chun? Boom, 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 boom. That's when it comes into place, okay? So if you can put that together, you're gonna get that technique. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you, Monkey Juice. I glad you guys like the channel, and hopefully we get a chance to learn from each other more and more, and we train together. Quốc Đạt gặp bao em MMA 3 giây. Vậy là Quốc Đạt hồi đó giờ có tập luyện gì chưa em? Basically one of my Vietnamese watcher here said if I see MMA, they're gonna knock me out in 3 seconds. So I'm just asking him if he been training anything. I just wonder why in the right mind why he's saying that if I see MMA. Like what is he trying to say here? That's all. Quốc Đạt là có tập luyện gì chưa? Nhưng mà chú bảo vệ là không chưa có hiểu ý em là như thế nào, gặp MMA 3 giây là sao em? Yes, of course. That's how we learn, right? We all have to fail. We all have to, like, you know, get beat up, crushed down. But as long as we don't, when we fail, we don't stay down there. We just give up everything, you know? And a lot of things in life, of course, I'm pretty sure all of us, you know, we have failed like thousands, a million times in our life, you know, whether it's little things or big things, right? But we're gonna give up like when we're kids, right? We just learn how to crawl. We crawl and as a baby, we step up to walk, right? We cannot walk, we fail, right? We fail, what are we gonna do? Our parents make us walk again. We have to make ourselves stand up and walk again. If you give up, then we'll not be able to walk on our 2 feet today, right? So, same thing with whatever you like. Sông Đáy Hà Tây. Cảm ơn Sông Đáy Hà Tây nhé. Chúc em một ngày tràn đầy năng lượng và hạnh phúc nhé. Vĩnh Sưng chào Quang Boxing nha. Wow. Chào tất cả mọi người nha. Thật sự thì các bạn tập cái môn võ nào nó cũng rất là tốt cho cơ thể mình, rất tốt cho sức khỏe mình, không? Trừ khi nào mình không tập luyện gì thì sức khỏe mình không bằng ta thôi. Nhưng mình có tập luyện, không? Mỗi một môn khoái thì mọi thứ thì với lại mỗi một thầy dạy thì nó đều khác nhau hết. Đương nhiên thì những cái chiêu thức thì nó có một phần chung, nhưng mà cách dạy hay là cách tập luyện đồ này nọ là mọi trường mọi lớp rồi khác nhau hết, không? Có một phần nào đó giống nhau rồi xê dịch với nhau một chút thôi. For teaching me your version of martial arts, I'm truly... Thank you, Mario. Yes. I'm not really teaching you guys here. I'm just sharing with you guys what I know, because I just learn from other people too. I learn from other great master too, you know. But the different thing is, like, for me, I'm a very slow learner. I don't pick it up that fast. That's why. But the thing is, like, I try to train. I try to train the basic, right? You know, and I try to keep it, you know, because a lot back in my day, there's a lot of other students. They're way better than me. They train harder than me, like 3 times, 10 times. But the thing is, like, because I am so passionate for the art, therefore I keep learning. Even though I fail, I suck at it, you know. Of course, there's always somebody better than you, right? So, but what you got to do is you have to look at yourself and try to improve yourself, you know. If you compare yourself to the whole world, to the other people, then, you know, it's then, then you never get motivation to be better, to be better. So you have to look at yourself. Okay, today, from today to like next tomorrow and 5 days from now, 5 months from now, am I improving myself? Am I getting better something at something myself, or I'm just gonna stay there and retract or retreat or whatever? I'm getting worse. So okay, Eric Thomas, thank you. Joe Muff Chicken Dough, I see. If you guys want to buy those things, I'm pretty sure Master Wong, right? Have you guys heard of Master Wong? I think that one is pretty legitimate. From wooden dummy, Wing Chun wooden dummy to chicken do self defense. Wow, he knows so much. And look the way he moves. You can see the way he moves, the way his strength, his dynamic. You know, when he punch, he go all out. You know, it's pretty crazy. And look at his fitness. You know, he put in like I don't know. I think at least 30 years of dedication, 30 years of training. I know my when I first opened, right? The back then he's already open the same time as me, but he's dedicated, willing to train, like, you know, and sharpen his skill. He's so good. He's so good at everything, like all the martial art he do. All right. Well, I think not all MMA fighter or trainer disrespectful. It's only up to, like, you know, the person, the student, the fighter. It's only up to me and you, right? Disrespectful or not is up to individual, right? It's not a martial art, guys. Because I'm pretty sure there's lots of fighters out there. They're very respectful to each other. Even though you see, like, up there in UFC One Championship, even they, you know, they do it for the entertainment, right? To make a big show for everybody who watch. But in the end, you know, they all shake hands, they hug each other, and all that is it's pretty insane. And, like, I do respect that, right? Right? It's like, what I think is, like, up to the individual that can show respectful to the master or other fellow student, you know, in any discipline, anything, right? But the main thing we got to do is, of course, we always respect, even in our normal life, right? We come, we say hi to each other, we do respect to each other, right? Sometimes, like, you know, certain people, you hate the guts out of them. Yeah, you're not gonna say hi. That's it, right? But, like, you know, even like just to normal person, you know, when we see out in the street, hey, what's up, hello, whatever, right? Or your friend, right? That's respect, right? When you come to somebody's house, you say hi to your friend, to your parent, right? That's respectful. It doesn't have to come to martial art. It depends on the individual, how they brought up, right? You know, and it's also depend on, like, the atmosphere of the family and everything. So I think it's up to the individual. Same thing with the martial artists. Like whether this martial art is better than this one or that one. No, I don't think so. It's up to the student, the practitioner, the one that carry out the martial art, the one that really like you train and practice it, right? Because like in each discipline there are millions of people practicing it, right? Not just only like a few hundred or a few thousand or 20,000, 30,000. Like, you know, those great masters earlier back then, they created martial art. They really think a lot of stuff about it, right? So most time if we're not successful in that martial art or discipline, it's us. It's not the martial art that sucks or whatever. So I don't believe in that. It's it's up to the individual that using it and training it, how they train it, you know. Because I'm pretty sure like karate, taekwondo, Wing Chun or whatever, they're great master out there, and I'm pretty sure they can like one hit they can do a lot of damage to somebody. So yeah. Anyway, let's train a bit, and then I take off. Okay, guys, it's getting late. Thank you very much for everyone turning in. Chào con nhé, Thành Lượng. Chào Thành Lượng nha. Chúc em một ngày vui vẻ tràn đầy hạnh phúc nha. Then có. Chú cũng có phòng tập MMA, có nhận đệ tử chứ, MMA rồi Mộc Nhân, Vĩnh Sưng ha. Jacob Parrish always work hard and inspire. Thank you very much, Jacob. Thank you very much for tuning in. I glad you enjoy, and hopefully, like, you know, we can push each other, motivate each other to train, to become better and better, right? That's my main goal, you know. What I learn, I share. You know, what I learn, I share with you guys. So hopefully you guys can get something out of it. All right, guys. Rồi, chào mọi người nha. Chúc mọi người một buổi sáng vui vẻ nha. Không, nếu mà thật sự mà nói, nếu mà Than phải không, gọi con là Than phải không, gọi bạn là Than phải không, coi như nếu mà tập luyện thường xuyên thì chắc khoảng tầm 1 tháng đến 2 tháng là có thể đánh cơ bản được. Cảm ơn Thành Luyện nha. Tại lúc trước thì chú có ở bên nước ngoài một thời gian đó, cho nên nói tiếng Anh cũng tạm được. Ok thế. Alright Jacob, alright everyone. Bye Mario, bye Macario. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Daniel Button. Sorry I gotta go now guys. So hopefully I see you guys around soon. But keep up, stay healthy, have fun, and train with. All right, have a good one, Eric Thomas. Bye everyone. Hope you all have a good night. Bye bye.